Hello everybody, it's Slushy and welcome back to another video. Now today we'll be reviewing the amazing, yes I said amazing, Joe Bell.
Hey Dad, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm getting picked on by these guys at school.
Why is that?
Because I'm not like them.
It's got to be more than that. Why are you like that?
Because I'm different.
That's not an answer, Jade.
Because I'm gay.
We won't let nature take its course, all right? It'll work itself out.
Joe.
What?
It's not gonna work itself out.
You're feeling nervous, aren't you, boy? With your quiet voice,
What about therapy?
I don't need therapy, they do.
tugging on your shirt,
Look at us, fag.
trying to hide inside of it,
You don't know what it's like
hide how much it hurt.
to muster up the courage to ask for help.
Okay, so let's just talk about why this film is amazing, because I have no negatives for this film, just starting that off. This might be a very short review, because often I don't like talking about movies for a prolonged period of time if I have no issues with it. But Joe Bell came out this year in about July or so, and it's based off the true events of Joe Bell and Jaden Bell. So Joe Bell is this man who walked across the country in 2013 for his son Jaden, who was gay and he was being bullied at school for being gay. And I don't want to get into the sad details of the story, but if you haven't heard of Joe Bell, like the real life Joe Bell, I implore you guys to watch the movie first, because this movie will definitely impact you more if you don't know about the real story, and then go read the story, because the story is definitely beautiful. That's something you should know. But I feel like this film does a really good job of explaining everything to you, and if you didn't know who Joe Bell was, this film will tell you, because it's pretty close to reality, what really happened. Obviously, some stuff's can be added in for dramatic effect, but this film tells a beautiful story that needs to be told. Bullying against gay people is an issue. Bullying against people, period, is an issue. So I absolutely love whenever a film comes along and it kind of like shoves this stuff down these people's throats. You know, these people who refuse to admit that this is a problem. Films like this come around and they're just like right up your throat. And they show you, you know, it's not a perfect world. You know, there's all kinds of shit like this happening out in the world, and it's sad. It's a sad reality, but it's reality, so you have to face it. And it's fucking awful. It's awful. As a straight man in America, I can say I've never had the issue of worrying about... I mean, I've been bullied and stuff, but I've never had the issue of being self-conscious about, you know, holding something like this in. The immense amount of pressure somebody's under whenever they're holding this in and so scared to show, you know, who they really are, because they're worried about what may happen, how their family might feel, you know, how they're going to be treated by everybody else. And it's awful. It's seriously an issue, and I'm glad that films come around like this and they kind of widen your eyes and open your eyes to this sort of thing. But getting into the film, Joe Bell, played by Mark Wahlberg, he does an amazing job at making you feel for the characters and stuff, and I'm spacing out on the guy who plays Jaden. I can't remember his name. Something Miller. I know that much. So I apologize for not remembering his name. I really do. But he's an amazing actor. He makes you feel for Jaden so well. Like, you just see the pain in his eyes and the scared look in his eyes and just the hurt. And honestly, without him, I really don't think this film would have been nearly as good, because if you have an actor who is supposedly going through pain and hurt and all this stuff, you want to see them, as bad as it may sound, you want to see them feeling hurt and stuff, because otherwise it's going to be like, he doesn't look that bothered, you know, what's the big deal? But this guy really, really makes you feel for him, because you see the tears just feel real, like you feel them. So he does an amazing job of conveying the emotions and stuff. And again, Mark Wahlberg is terrific as Joe Bell. He plays that great, you know, father figure in this movie who's trying so hard to back his son, Jaden. It's just a beautiful story. I don't really know much to say about it without getting into all the plot. And if I get into the plot, it'll probably ruin the movie. So I don't want to do that. But the music in this film is pretty darn good. It's not something I actually paid close attention to, but as like a background type deal, it's pretty darn good. I like the music for it. I love the direction. The direction's terrific. I really have nothing negative to say about this film. It's one of those rare perfect movies that comes around and it's like everything you'd ever want in a movie. It's not getting a whole lot of love. It has a bad score on Rotten Tomatoes. But it's whatever. It doesn't bother me that it has a bad score. It's just a shame that a movie like this is not getting as much attention as it should. But I love it. I personally thought it was a terrific film. I was emotionally attached to the characters, and I find myself hard to do that with a lot of movies that come out nowadays. It's just kind of like throwaway characters. You know, they die, and you're just kind of like, okay, bye. Not with this movie. When characters get hurt or bad stuff happens to them or, you know, stuff like that, it really hurts you. You literally feel it in your heart. And if you don't feel it in your heart, that's because you have none. You have no heart. So Joe Bell gets a 10 out of 10 for me. I implore you guys to watch it and then, you know, go look up the true story. It's an amazing story. A very sad story, but amazing story. But yeah, that's my review of Joe Bell. I hope you guys enjoy it. Go check out the movie. Let me know what you guys thought of it down below. Hit like if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the bell to get notified anytime I make a video or stream. Keep up to date with the channels. There's some crazy going on. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!